I always hear about accidents here and there, tragedies and so, but I couldn't believe that this would have happened to me. So I was overtaking this truck, and I saw that the wheel was detaching, but I couldn't do anything because we were so fast. And the truck lost control, and he hit me. He came over me like that. So I met him, I think, more or less 2 years ago. It was a little bit a challenging period for me, and I was on holiday at the time. And a friend texted me, there is a small event, a healing event with energies in a small studio. I think you should go there because I think it's interesting for you. So I went there, and I saw on the wall the picture of Guruji, a small picture. And I was quite impressed. And I wanted to know who he was. And so I immediately looked on the internet who he was. I looked some satsang. And then I had a lot of luck, actually, because he came in my country after 2 months that I saw him in the picture for a darshan. So when I saw him, I went to the darshan. I felt my heart that was beating so fast. I didn't understand why. It was very nice to see him in the eyes because he transmits so much love. It was a bit challenging because you see these rituals, you see all these events that you don't know. But when I came home after that, I felt very different. When I was in the Just Love Festival, for example, for me, the career was very important and so on. And when I came back, these desires were cancelled, completely cancelled. Just like that, they went away. They disappeared. When I took the darshan, normally I always show the picture of my mother so that she can also take the darshan. And this time was a bit unusual because when he saw the picture of my mother, he looked into the space. I don't know how to describe it, but he looked into the space. When I told that to my mother, she told me, "Oh, then something will happen." But she didn't think about me, of course. And the day after, I came home alone by car to Switzerland. And I was very happy after the darshan. I was singing bhajans and so on. And suddenly I see that the truck that was before me, I was trying to overtake him, was losing his wheel. And I understood in that moment that I couldn't do anything because it was too fast. So the truck hit me, and as you can see in the picture, it was quite a big crash. And I don't know how, but I managed to come out immediately from the car. I was alive. I came out of the car, I don't know how, because I also didn't have the belt anymore. And I came out of all these metals, sharp metals, alone without even a scratch. And I ran to the guardrail, and I leaned on the guardrail. And at this time, I called Guruji out loud. And I called him 3 times. And at the 3rd time, I heard someone who was running behind me. And they were 2 people. They picked me up, and they brought me to the side road. And they were a doctor and a nurse. It was more than 40 degrees these days. But they had some ice in the car to put on me for the pain. In the hospital, it was very painful for me because I had to call my mother to tell her. And this was very painful because her biggest fear is accidents. because we had many serious accidents in the family. And I didn't know how to do that, but I had to do that. So I called her, and a miracle happened because she didn't panic. She was calm. And if you know my mother, that's a miracle. That's really a miracle. We didn't know at this moment how serious my situation was. No, what I had actually. She called immediately Kailashananda, a monk of Sri Nilaya, to ask him if he can pray in the ashram for me. And Kailashananda immediately called a person that was in the Darshan, at the Darshan in Tarano, where I was. And this person was driving with two other devotees. And when she received the call, she was about to cross. She was just before the highway exit that would have brought her to my hospital. So the timing was perfect. She was about to go to this exit, and she immediately rushed to the hospital to come to me. And when I saw Charana Devi, this devotee with these other two people, for me it was such a surprise and a great support. Only a person could stay with me in the hospital, and Charana Devi stayed the whole night with me in the hospital. So she didn't go home. She stayed the whole night with me. She was, such a great support. She was so sweet. And this surprising thing for me is that these three people, these three devotees that immediately came to me in the hospital to help me, I didn't know them since a lot of time. So it was quite a surprising thing that they did so much for me, actually. And when I was in the hospital, this Charana Devi wrote a message to Swami Aniruddha to ask him to thank Guruji for saving my life, actually. And he replied that Guruji said that he knew that something will happen to me, but Vitala Rukmini were there to protect me. And by chance, Vitala Rukmini are my Ishtadev. And he said that he sends all his love. They found out that I just have broken my foot. This was the only injury that I had. And but I need some surgery. And I didn't know what to do because some people told me, you have to go in another region where they can do it better, this operation. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to move, actually, in this moment. So I was confused. And at that moment, the doctor comes into my room. And he sees the picture of Guruji close to my bed. He looked at that and he said, now I recognize you. You were in the Darshan 1 month ago in Switzerland. I was there for the first time. And when I discovered that, I took it as a clear signal that I had to do what he said. So I took the operation, as he said, in this place, and everything went well. Since I met him, he changed completely. Not my life, because I'm doing the same job, the same things, but he changed me all the perspective of the meaning of life, my thoughts, what is important, what's not important, my desires. He changed. In so little time, he changed everything. He gave me a meaning in the life.